Okay, it's a long-awaited update, maybe, for the Guillows B-25. I've made some progress. A few things to cover this time around. There's some points to ponder and some things about the channel. Let's start off with some good fortune. My wife was on Facebook Marketplace, and I told her to put in balsa model. She put in balsa models, and up comes this pile of Guillows kits at, I think he wanted $200 for all these models, and we offered $175, and they went for it. So I'm handing the camera to my lovely assistant. So we had to drive an hour, but for $175, we got the Cessna Skyhawk. We got the Corsair in the wrap. The boxes are a little beat up, but the Corsair, you can see how long ago it was. $38 on this thing. They're a lot more than that now. Got a Dauntless. That actually, the box is not bad at all on that one. Oh. We got a Stuka. Little box. Squishage, but I'm sure everything's okay in it. Another Liberator. That's right. We've got another Liberator for spares to build another Liberator with. That's awesome. And another P-38 Lightning. Box is a little squished, but I would bet everything inside is just fine. Yeah, $175 for all those models. Oh, what a fun day it was. We drove down to, it was an hour and a half away, but that was super great and cool. So deals are out there to be had. Keep your eyes open. So far with the B-25, this is what I have come up with. So for battery hatch, it's a magnetic hatch, and it simply comes up like that. So we've got a battery hatch. I believe I'm going to be using the 800 milliamp battery, which will fit somewhere in here for CG. Now, it's the hard part is figuring out how you're going to run two rudders and your steering. And this is how I did it on this one. We've got a dog leg back here out of an old steering control horn, and that runs our rudders. This is adjustment. You can bend. I wish I'd have gotten closer because, you know, it's a bent rod, but that's what it's for. It's for adjustment. And when the model's sitting like this, you'll never see it anyways. So elevator was straightforward. Just, you know, using these Turnigy D56 metal gears. These are awesome little servos, and they're great. A real big jump from the old 9-gram. These are awesome, these 9-gram digitals, but like the old 9-gram analogs would be something I would opt for in this. You can see the size difference and the weight difference is huge. And these are smooth servos. They're great. So anyways, let's fire this thing up, and I'll show you function. And we have the rudders and steering. There we go. So there will be guides put in here to stiffen up these rods. They won't go in loose and sloppy like that. Plus, I need to lighten all of my formers back here. So I'll be getting in there with my Dremel and grinding, lightening, all this, probably with a different tool than what's in here. But all this aft weight needs to come out. And the way this thing built, too, with the tail, I mean, this was made for a control line with a pair of 049s, so they really built the leading edges back here and stuff. So I lightened a lot of it out. Anyways, let's have a look. Maybe I can show you from the bottom. It might show up better how all this works. So there's just a very small piece of Sullivan golden cable, and it will stay out of the way of the battery. And like I said, you can see how everything works here. And you can see this flexing, this rod here, but there will be guides to hold that so it doesn't flex as bad. So here we go. That's the rudder. And elevator. It's just simple elevator operation. And like I said, there will be some guides in here to stiffen the these rods so they won't bend, you know. So there's elevator and rudder, and those are the biggest. My biggest worries was this: how am I going to run those rudders? Now, in the plan, when it shows how to build these rudders and elevators, they want you to use, they're not built like this. They want you to use their card stock, or for the rudders, a solid rudder. And I wanted to really lighten this thing up, so that's where I just lightly framed these in, because there's a lot of weight with these, you know, what's going on in the back of the model here. That's going to make a big difference, you know, all that hanging way back here on the CG. So, for my hinging, I used these thin strips of hinge material. Get a hold of it. There you go. And this is all you need for hinges. 2 hinges per, you know, per surface. These are incredibly strong. I see guys putting pinned hinges, and I see some guys making really neat hinges out of like a piece of rod of a music wire, and that would run the whole length of the control surface and then go into a small piece of plastic case. That's a nice hinge. That's a neat way to do it, but you don't need my hinges are buried. You don't need the big plastic hinge with a pin in it. These things are really, really strong. It's like you can't tear them apart. They're very, very strong. You can cut them, you know, but even that you will never tear off a control surface off this plane, even with those small little strips. So, enough said. I buy the stuff in the bulk. Yeah, enough said, and I keep talking. I buy it in the bulk, and you could find it at Value Hobby. Used to have this. Tower Hobby, all the supply places have it. So, that's some good stuff. That's what I use for my hinges. So far, this is how far the B-25 is coming. We got magnets for the battery cover, and then the canopy will glue on like this. And yeah, I've been busy. It's been we've had a pretty mild winter so far here. You can look outside, hon. We're still got a lot of snow in southern Minnesota. It's no fun. It's cold. I did get a flight with Nitro Fun. Oh, what a fun model. What fun. I watch myself in those videos and almost feel embarrassed how much I was laughing. But it is a riot to fly a Cox-powered little 20 size model. And it's flying good. This thing is flying great. so happy with this thing. It's going to be so neat to get some more footage. But it's so cold out there. I just, I'm surprised it ran at a freezing temperature. So, yeah, other things. Some more notes I wanted. Okay, when you're watching my videos, and it's a 4-minute video, and there's like 3 commercials in my 4-minute video, I'm not putting those commercials there. It's that's YouTube. So that's what they do. I'm not jamming commercials everywhere in them. In fact, I kind of minimize it and try to keep them at the beginning or the end of a video. But I really don't have control over all that. Another thing, you guys got to understand, when you're building these models, you can do this. I'm dyslexic, so I got learning disabilities. I'm like gold is silver, red is orange. I mix these things up. You can hear me in my videos saying leaner when I mean richer. So that's where, who am I to teach you guys when I can't even get it straight myself? But I overcome this stuff, and you guys can too. I mean, don't be afraid to try. That's how you that's how we succeed. Our failures are all part of the process of success. I think Oppenheimer said that. Anyhow, yeah, you know, that's, I guess, about it, really. I just needed to get a good update out there. Still going through stuff with the B-25. I'll take the camera back, sweetie. Thank you, hon. And, yeah, tires. I think I'm going with these GWS tires, because that's what I have on the front. And they're very close to the right scale for the model. And they're lightweight. Pretty cool. Pretty close. Pretty neat. I think they'll work. But yeah, it's coming together. Thanks so much for watching all the videos. And there's been requests for more Cox-powered models. So I do got some 049s. And as you saw, there is some new models to build. So there could be an 049 powered Stuka in the future. But we'll take one project at a time. This is going to be enough of it. Like I said, it's been kind of warmish, not exactly really nice out, but I've been able to work in my shop on my other projects and other things. So it's kind of neglected a little of my time on the B-25. But anyways, thanks you guys, gals, everyone for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.